Welcome back to another video with Roman Ripple. It is Christmas Eve. How is everybody feeling? Are you excited for new presents? We have a new present today. We are replacing our diesel heater with a new one by Hcalory. Now this is supposed to be the 8 kilowatt and it's replacing our 3-year-old diesel heater by Happy Buy, which is supposed to be a 5 kilowatt. I'm going to see if I can get this one out so we can compare the size. And see if there's a difference. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you guys when I tell you that I am very unmotivated to do this project. But the only thing that's keeping me going is the fact that we spent a very cold night when this thing cut out on us. A very cold night and a very cold day when this thing cut out on us at like 20 degrees. Luckily, we are mooch docking, so we were able to run a long extension cord to run a little heater to give us a little bit of warmth. But when I'm unmotivated to do some work, I just have to dive in. So the tool prep is non-existent today. I'm going to start off with the binder clip, and this is to pinch off the fuel line so I'm not leaking diesel everywhere. Adding to the fact that it's really not easy to get up in this small little cabinet to get what I need to get, but we're going to pinch it off right here, and I need both hands to do it. The next step is to remove the fuel line, and that involves pinching this clip right here. It's right here, and just pulling down on the fuel line. Let's see if I can get it one-handed. Let's just move the clip to where I can grasp it and pull down, and then give a nice little tug on the fuel line. You can do it, give it a little shimmy and shimmy it down the nipple, which is wider at the end than it is everywhere else, and that's what helps it grasp onto this line so it doesn't just slip off easily. Give it a harder tug. You do what you gotta do. I feel like it's almost there. It could be lies. Y'all, I put it on there good this time and it is not coming off. So I might actually have to cut the line, but let's just see if we can make this a little bit easier for us to see and go ahead and remove the exhaust pipe right here, which is kept on by hose clamps. So super easy. And unclick the wiring loom. And I should be able to, well, do I have screws on here? Sometimes I put the screws back and sometimes I don't. I can't tell. If it's unscrewed, I should just be able to lift it off and then I could pull it closer to me and detach the fuel line in a better position. Okay. Don't you love it when your tools have the perfect size already attached? Is this, hold on. Yeah, now we're loose enough. Let's give it a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Boom. So with the new diesel heater, I don't know if we're going to need the hose, the hot air to come out and do this curve. We'll see if I can actually mount it going the correct direction, and then we would just need a curve going into that hole. Yeah, I'm going to take the mount down too and probably move it over. And I think that way we should be able to go directly into the hole this tube is going into. That was easy. Okay, it's been a while, so I'm wondering if I can just lift this up and out. Or are we gonna have problems with the fuel line? Looks like we're having problems with the fuel line. There it goes. Boom. And now we can move it all out the way. Oop, I'm caught.
Had to bring my husband her bowl.
This looks good. What we got here?
Pozole with all the fixings.
And Christmas tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
That is so colorful. Tell Jessica thank you.
I will.
So I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison of what is supposed to be a 8 kilowatt and what is supposed to be a 5 kilowatt. And why I say supposed to be is because you have to read the reviews. Now, an 8 kilowatt should actually be a little bit bigger than the 5 kilowatt. And according to the reviews, this Happy Buy heater here, even though it's proclaimed to be a 5 kilowatt, is actually a 2 kilowatt. And this 8 kilowatt, according to its reviews, is actually a 5 kilowatt. I don't care, as long as it puts out heat. We were actually getting a great amount of heat from this one, but I want a little bit more. It's nice, and it keeps us about 65 degrees in the entire ambulance when we have under 20-degree temperatures. But if I can get it up into the 70s inside while it's under 20 outside, that would be glorious. So we'll see what we get. The good thing about them being the same size is that I can reuse this platform. So I'd need to move it down to the very end here, give me about 3-4 inches more space, and also flip this around, which will include removing the rivets. I have to learn how to remove some rivets today. And then I think we can use a whole lot less ducting to duct the hot air right into that hole. No more coming out this end, doing a U-turn, going into the hole. Let's cut out about 2 feet of ducting and go straight in. Check this out. I'm using the plate for the Hcalory heater, and I see that the holes are basically in the same spot for both heaters, except for the Hcalory actually has an extra hole right here where the Happy Buy did not. And that is where I need to put the new fuel line if I'm to keep the mount exactly how it is. So I'm just going to marker where that hole is and then drill a hole, and then I won't have to unmount this one. I can just reuse it. Well, I tried to fit it on, but y'all see the problem. The fuel line is nowhere to be seen in this hose. And I thought maybe perhaps I just marked it wrong, except I've tried the new template and it doesn't exactly fit either. So what we're going to do is just drill out that entire area and we'll make it fit. It did take a couple tries to get the slot light up in the right place, but we finally got it and it fits. So now to take this off and drill it in place a little further to the left than it was before. This is a quick tip for the people who don't work on construction projects a lot. I just learned this year, but the easiest way to figure out if you've got the right size bit for a hole you make for a screw is go ahead and take that bit out and put the screw in the hole. If it slides up and down, that's too big, but if it goes in and you can make it go in a little bit further by giving it a little twist, that's the size that you probably want. Last two. That's not going anywhere. Hey, I can hear. Ooh. No, wait. Nice. Y'all, I didn't plan this at all, but it almost lines up almost perfectly where the exhaust used to be. I didn't even consider the exhaust hole when I was doing this. I just went for it, which is kind of how I do everything. But it wouldn't have mattered. I would have gone ahead and just drilled another hole if I needed to. This time around, because we've had an issue where we've had exhaust come up through the hole and therefore into the intake, oh, intake's over here now, but into the intake and into our living space, I am going to use aluminum tape to go ahead and tape this hole up before I'm done. Right now, let's finish this part. Love when I think I hit record, I don't actually, but we've got the hose clamp on and we have the fuel clamp on, and I'm not putting the air intake hose on because I don't need to, because I have a hole and a vent cut in the door, and I also have a hole and a vent cut in the wall over to the left. I have 2 vent holes for air circulation, and it's been doing us quite well, so I don't necessarily feel like I need to put the hose on for it just to sit in here, because I don't have a hole in the floor specifically for air intake. I want to let y'all know that I was considering using the existing electrical harness with the new heater, but what if the electrical harness is the actual issue and not the heater in itself? So I am going to go ahead and run the new harness, but I also want you to see something. Look, this is a new harness, but check this out. This display looks somewhat similar to the old display that we're currently using, and all its buttons work, whereas one of our buttons is super mashed in and hardly works. But also this display is Bluetooth, and check out this super beefy remote. Like, all of my other remotes for all of my other diesel heaters plus other electronics that are unrelated look the same. Nothing looks like this. I feel like we wouldn't lose this or get it mixed up with another remote. So I'm going to go ahead and run this instead. Change of plans. The old harness is exactly the same for both the electrical and the remote. So let's go ahead and use the old harness. And if it continues to give us troubles, then I think we know where the problem lies and we can rewire everything later. Also, it'll save me from having to do a little extra work. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you that I found out these guys are so easy to cut with like a razor blade. So that's what I did. It's rusty. Don't cut yourself. You're going to get all sorts of everything. But yeah, that's what I did. I cut it with a razor blade to the size that I wanted and fit it on. I am debating on putting on the hose clamp because this looks pretty sturdy, but you know, I'm here, so I might as well put the hose clamp on. And I think we'll be ready for tests after this. I guess if it's worth doing, you should do it right. But the thing that kills me about doing it right is when things don't work and you gotta undo everything that you just did. Sometimes I'm just like, just do it. However, that's why I don't screw these things on. Come on, you're supposed to. Oh wait, I didn't check this. Does this fit this guy? It may not fit. Let's get a screwdriver. Okay, this is the part that I'm always nervous about. I like filming when I'm working on something, but I hate when I get to the very end and it doesn't work out. So let's see if my efforts paid off. Let's see if we have power. So here's the remote. Where's the remote? This is the remote. Okay. All right, we've got power. We've got power to the remote, at least. Power to the screen. I think I might need to read the instructions on the remote because this operates completely different than my last ones, all of my last ones. So I'm very sure that I've turned it on, and I'm very sure that it's on. As you can see, well, can we get closer so you can see? The glow plug indicator is showing that it's on. You see the 2 flashing arrows down at the bottom that's indicating it's on, as well as the fan speed. So let's wait until we hear it pumping. Let's go outside, see if we can hear anything happening. Okay, I see pumping happening. I hear fan happening. Feel a little bit of heat from the exhaust. The pump just sped up just a little bit. I had to change none of the settings. It's good to hear that it's just as slightly noisy as my old heater, so we know that's not abnormal for the old heater. No white smoke as of yet, and that's what we were getting from the old heater. Oh, no, I lied. There is a bit of white smoke. Coming from what exactly? Do we have a clog in? I wonder if we've got a clog in. I don't know. We've got just a little bit of white smoke happening here. Can y'all see what's going on? Let me know. Maybe, oh, perhaps it was a little bit of a diesel spill from when I took the hose off. But let's also go inside and see if we have hot air. Okay, guys, I'm so excited to feel that we've got heat coming out and not cold air, because it's been cold air for 2 days. And today we have heat. Good, clean heat. And I think I need to leave the door open just to let everything off gas just a little bit, because it is smelling a little like brand new equipment. But I am so happy to report that this is heat. So another success in the book. Thank you guys for watching. Hey, if you have any suggestions about what we did in this video, or questions or comments on how you would do it differently, hey, leave us a comment in the comment section. We'll get back to you. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more van life content like this going forward, we're Roman Ripple. Don't forget to subscribe. Ah!